Want to talk a little bit about the whole Warner Brothers sell right now, just because we did get that last update of a second round. But someone who, at least at one point in my life, I respected, even though he's made some pretty horrible movies, he has been saying what we've been saying, that Netflix would be a horrible if you give a shit about theatrical releases. It would be horrible if Netflix got it, and that's James Cameron, who I know he says can't make a Terminator movie anymore to save his life, but
theatrical is dead, quote unquote. Theatrical is dead.
You made a movie with David Ellison, Terminator movie. What do you think of him buying Paramount and trying to take over Warner Brothers?
I think he's the best possible choice.
You do?
Absolutely.
Above Netflix, above Comcast?
Oh, Netflix would be a disaster.
You
Sorry, so? Ted, but geez, Sarandos has gone on record saying theatrical films are dead.
I don't know if he said that, but he said that it's an outmoded experience.
It's a quote.
But now he's promising theaters if they buy Warner Brothers.
I know, but it's sucker bait.
Yes.
Right? And we'll put the movie out for a week. We'll put it out for 10 days. We'll qualify for Academy Awards consideration. See, I think that's fundamentally rotten at the core. The Academy Awards, to me, mean nothing if they don't mean theatrical.
You don't think Netflix should be allowed to compete for Oscars?
They should be allowed to compete if they put the movie out for a meaningful release in 2,000 theaters for a month.
The Academy has recently changed its rules, so you have to be on 50 screens for Best Picture consideration.
Give me a fucking break. We're going to be on 7,500 screens.
Yeah. Give me a fucking break. 4,000 minimum, personally.
Yeah, that being said, Cameron's argument here is I don't know, this is disingenuous. The dude hasn't made any good movies in a fucking long time. He talks about the you need to be XYZ to qualify for the awards. The awards are a Hollywood circle jerk that none of us actually give a fuck about. The audiences don't give a fuck about. It's when was the last time? Think of the very first Academy Awards ever. King Kong, by the way, came out that year. It didn't win. Who won? Who fucking knows? A movie that no one remembers anymore. Everyone remembers King Kong, still gets made today. The awards are a joke. So fuck Cameron and his thoughts on what they're doing for awards and whatnot. I want Netflix to win now just to spite him.
Yeah, but that's stupid and short-sighted, and you're a faggot. Sorry, we're allowed to say it. Sorry, we're allowed to say it now. I'm bringing it back.
No, we're allowed to say it now. We're an hour in. Easily we say it.
No, we've just like retarded. We never should have stopped saying it. All right.
Agreed.
The bigger part of that was how bad it would be for theatrical releases. What were you going to say, Niat?
I think he might even be misquoting the head of Netflix, who said that.
No, they both said it.
Theaters are dead, because I think what he's trying to say is that people aren't going to the movies anymore, which is a factual statement. And Cameron has had some odd takes, because just a week before that was released, he was asked about what he thinks about the streaming model, and he said that he liked it, and that he wants both the theatrical and streaming model to exist, because he wants to be able to release a 2.5, 3 hour movie in theaters, and then that same movie, but 6 hours long on streaming. Like, he sees it as a unique avenue to tell the same story, but differently.
Right. But here's what I'm saying is those CEOs for Netflix told Warner Brothers, we'll release your films in theaters. And I'm saying that is lip service. That is masturbatory. That means we'll release it for 2 weeks instead of 90 days and 4,000 theaters or 2,000 theaters, because they don't give a fuck about theatrical release.
If my theater doesn't have Stranger Things finale, I'm rioting. Yeah.
Yes.
But don't you think that if they know that they're going to be able to, if the movie's doing well at the box office, they're going to keep it for 4 or 5 weeks? Because most of the production, fair enough, but most of the production companies are taking movies out of theaters within 2 weeks if they're bombing.
Yeah, but look at Frankenstein. It was the only worthwhile movie during Halloween. Yeah.
Didn't even get a chance to see it. Sure as fuck kept Minecraft and another one in there for 90 days. Katie?
I will say with the Frankenstein thing, that was depressing, because it wasn't showing even in our state. I would have to go to another state.
But that's the point. All they care about is subscriber revenue. So they'll give you your K-pop for 3 days or your one night of fucking, but yeah.
Not the cap for Netflix here, because obviously my comment about Cameron and why.
Oh, you're a shill. You're a Netflix shill.
However, that being said, with the Frankenstein, the limited release for Frankenstein in theaters makes sense on paper. Honestly, it probably makes sense even in practice, because Del Toro, by and large, doesn't do well at the box office. So they could have kept this in there, and it just would have been a drain on resources. So it doesn't really. I mean, Netflix made the right call there.
So no, I agree that it didn't need to be in theaters longer. It should have had a wider release, though. They should have.
Okay, I agree with that. Yeah,
They missed out on my money.
I literally would have
given
given
a lot
them
of people
$23, whatever the fuck it would have been for the premium format of that.
Yeah.
Because like I already have Netflix. They aren't making any money putting Frankenstein out for me who already has Netflix. They gotta get new people and whatnot. But I already have Netflix, and I would have given them money to see it in the theater.
But look, they get to manage perception by controlling. So you'll never have a Netflix movie flop in theaters because they're never in there long enough to underperform.
I know, but like, bro, you think that they would do the choosy choose? Like,
but that's the thing.
Yeah.
They're a tech company. They play those games. These are companies that talk about being pre-revenue and stuff. It's a completely different model than theatrical, and that's why I don't know
how release their view count on Frankenstein.
Yeah. When it's good, they'll.
Isn't that funny how we always get the numbers? This is the same in the video game world, where all of a sudden they know exactly how many have been sold when it's doing well.
I just find it odd. I find it really odd that you got Stranger Things out, you got the Duffer Brothers, they're breaking records, but yet they don't want to put their movies out in theaters. Like that was the big thing that made them go to Paramount. But now you're all for putting movies in theaters, and
that's what I'm saying. That's lip service.
Yeah, it's like
Cameron's right. It is lip service.
It is all lip service.
Yeah.
Well, and to I guess Netflix's point, them saying like they'll put it out in theaters, they'll put it in theaters. It'll just be like they did with Frankenstein, which I don't think the Duffer Brothers wanted. They want like a wider release, like an actual release in theaters.
James Mangold, them. It's not the first. Like, man, they messed up with Taylor Sheridan by stepping on his dick because.
Yeah. Shouldn't Netflix want Hollywood to like make movies and have to be the one who takes the risk and spends all the money, and then they just pay for like distribution rights and stuff like that? It's so much safer. Otherwise, they have to do all these originals where they spend like $100 million plus on a series.
R.I.P. F's in the chat for Niat. The emus got him. I'm sorry.
So if Hollywood dies,
I said one night.
Yeah. Erwin, you're saying shouldn't Netflix want it to work?
Well, if Hollywood dies, that's a lot less movies for them to like. For them to get distribution rights for, and then they have to pay to actually make them.
If you look at where they are in their company life cycle, it's the same thing that happened with Uber. You get to the point where you have to transition into something where you've evolved past that. And so like at this point, they're probably looking at the licensing deals and being like, dude, it doesn't matter. Our platform's big enough. We can put it on. $100 million is not that much to them. If you look at the market cap of Netflix versus grooming people to stay in to watch more for longer
instead of going to the theaters.
Yeah, they do kind of have to. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No,
how many hours can you stream in the time it takes you to go to the theater?
Right.
How many hours can I keep you on the platform?
More people are going to choose to probably just turn on their Netflix than go, but also.
They're getting into like mobile gaming and shit. Like, but you can't do theatrical.
What if there's like a different, model they could do? What if they did the theatrical cut and then they did a director's cut that gets released onto the streaming platform? Like that would be a cool.
That's kind of what Nia was saying. Cameron
basically wants
talked
to
about.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, that's what Cameron was saying. He wants to, if more production companies are going to be incorporating the streaming model, he wants to essentially make the same movie twice, having like a 6-hour film for streaming, which people can watch in chunks, like chapters, sort of like the way Zack Snyder's Justice League was released in 4 parts, and having like a theatrical release.
Tarantino did that for Hateful Eight, and it was actually a really interesting watch.
Yeah, I've watched the 8-hour cut of it or whatever.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, but the question is like this: Narnia, how long and how many theaters? How long's the release window and how many theaters are you going to put in? 1,000 theaters for 3 days, 2 weeks? What are we talking about?
Well, I think K-pop Demon Hunters may have changed their like. Don't get me wrong, Netflix has been traditionally very weird with theaters, but I think the massive success of Demon Hunters might change their outlook and realizing that there is a new avenue, a new market. It's probably going to be an escalative thing to where like there's not just going to immediately go all in on theaters, but I can't blame Netflix for having the outlook they have considering the theater model as it currently stands.
Netflix has 300 million paid subscribers globally at what, $10 a pop.
That's on the low end.
They're losing money, but then every month that subscriber money lets them
$3 billion. Yeah,
just keep rolling it right on over.
Yeah,
and they'll keep raising prices, and it'll fucking die. That's why, literally, I think Paramount is the only hope currently in our reality to hold on to theatrical releases and theaters. And
And how many
the
more
things.
subs will you have when you have to have Netflix to watch The Sopranos, to watch anything DC related? For instance, you want to watch the DCAU,
Bro.
you better have the same way like you have to have Crunchyroll if you want to watch anime.